Daily Dose of English presents Daily English Idioms. Part 60.
Go to pieces. Meaning: to become emotionally or mentally unstable. Examples: she went to pieces after hearing about her mother's death. The pressure of the exam was too much for him and he went to pieces. He went to pieces after his team lost the match. Last word. Meaning: the final say in a discussion. Examples: my boss always likes to have the last word in our meetings. I'm not going to argue with you, I want the last word on this matter. It's her decision, she gets the last word. Live from hand to mouth. Meaning: to have barely enough money or resources to get by. Examples: the family had been living from hand to mouth since the father lost his job. I've been living from hand to mouth since I became unemployed. It's hard to make ends meet when you're living from hand to mouth. Handbrake on a canoe. Meaning: something that is unnecessary. Examples: getting a new computer is like putting a handbrake on a canoe, it's not necessary. Hiring an assistant was like putting a handbrake on a canoe, it was an unnecessary expense. Adding extra features to the software was like putting a handbrake on a canoe, it was not necessary. Bag of tricks. Meaning: a variety of techniques or strategies. Examples: the magician pulled out a bag of tricks to entertain the audience. My teacher had a bag of tricks for helping us learn math. The salesperson had a bag of tricks for persuading customers to buy his products. Use your noodle. Meaning: to use one's intelligence or common sense. Examples: if you want to solve this problem, you'll have to use your noodle. She used her noodle and figured out a solution to the problem. Don't just sit there, use your noodle and find a way to help. Duty-bound. Meaning: obligated to do something due to a sense of responsibility. Examples: the soldier was duty-bound to obey his commanding officer. I'm duty-bound to help my family in times of need. He was duty-bound to protect his country from the enemy. Mean business. Meaning: to be serious about something. Examples: you can tell he means business when it comes to his work. She's determined to get the job done and she means business. He means business and won't accept any excuses. Shop till you drop. Meaning: to shop excessively and until one is exhausted. Examples: she went on a shopping spree and shopped till she dropped. I went to the mall and shopped till I dropped. We spent the day shopping and we shopped till we dropped. Money doesn't grow on trees. Meaning: money is not easy to come by. Examples: my mom always said money doesn't grow on trees when I asked for something expensive. Remember, money doesn't grow on trees, so you'll have to save up if you want to buy that bike. He should understand that money doesn't grow on trees and he can't just buy whatever he wants. Also ran. Meaning: someone who finishes in a race but does not win. Examples: he was an also-ran in the race and came in last place. The team was an also-ran and didn't even make it to the finals. She was an also-ran in the beauty pageant and didn't place in the top 3. Follow your nose. Meaning: to go in a certain direction without any specific plan. Examples: I just followed my nose and eventually found the right path. He followed his nose and ended up at the wrong place. She followed her nose and found the cafe she was looking for. Sail through. Meaning: to achieve something easily. Examples: he sailed through the exam with flying colors. She sailed through the interview and got the job. I'm sure you'll sail through your presentation if you practice hard. Get on in years. Meaning: to get older. Examples: he's getting on in years and can no longer run as fast as he used to. My grandmother is getting on in years and needs help with everyday tasks. My teacher is getting on in years and will be retiring soon. Fall into one's lap. Meaning: to acquire something easily without having to work for it. Examples: he was lucky and the job just fell into his lap. The opportunity to travel to Europe just fell into her lap. The money he needed to start his business just fell into his lap. Look before you leap. Meaning: to think carefully before taking action. Examples: remember to always look before you leap. She ignored the advice to look before you leap and ended up in a lot of trouble. He should have looked before he leapt and realized the risks involved. Be on its knees/bring to its knees. Meaning: to be in a weak and vulnerable position. Examples: the economy is on its knees and struggling to survive. The pandemic has brought the country to its knees. The company was brought to its knees by the economic crisis. Scare out of one's wits. Meaning: to be extremely frightened. Examples: she was scared out of her wits by the loud thunder. He was scared out of his wits when he saw the spider in his room. She was scared out of her wits when the car suddenly stopped working. Cover or hide a multitude of sins. Meaning: to disguise or hide flaws or mistakes. Examples: a good paint job can cover a multitude of sins in a car. Makeup can cover a multitude of sins and give you a flawless look. A good marketing campaign can cover a multitude of sins and make a product look appealing. Push the envelope. Meaning: to go beyond the accepted limits or boundaries. Examples: the company is always pushing the envelope with their cutting-edge technology. She's always pushing the envelope and trying out new things. He loves to push the envelope and take risks. Keep a finger on the pulse. Meaning: to stay up to date and informed. Examples: the CEO keeps a finger on the pulse and knows exactly what's going on in the company. Investors need to keep a finger on the pulse and stay informed about the stock market. The teacher keeps a finger on the pulse and knows what's happening in the classroom. Today's idioms were go to pieces, last word, live from hand to mouth, handbrake on a canoe, bag of tricks, use your noodle, duty bound, mean business, shop till you drop, money doesn't grow on trees, also ran, follow your nose, sail through, get on in years, fall into one's lap, look before you leap, be on its knees / bring to its knees, scare out of one's wits, cover or hide a multitude of sins, push the envelope, keep a finger on the pulse.